Welcome to our exploration of a topic that is often misunderstood and overlooked, the concept of solitude. Today, we're going to delve into the depths of what it means to be truly alone with oneself. Solitude is more than just being alone. It's a state of being, a sanctuary for self-reflection and introspection. It's a place where we can truly meet ourselves, without the noise and distractions of the outside world. But often, people confuse solitude with loneliness, viewing it as a negative state, a signal of social rejection. But is that really the case? Is solitude truly a negative state, or is there more to it than meets the eye? Join us as we unravel the mysteries of solitude, confront the fear of being alone, and explore the thoughts of some of the greatest thinkers on solitude, including Nietzsche and Thoreau. Let's embark on this journey together, and perhaps, we might just discover that solitude is not a state to be feared, but a path to greatness and self-ownership. Understanding solitude. So, what is solitude? It's a word we often hear, but do we truly understand its meaning? Solitude is the state of being alone without feeling lonely. It's a time for self-reflection, introspection, and personal growth. It's a sanctuary where we can be our true selves, free from the judgments and expectations of others. Solitude is not about isolating oneself from the world. Rather, it's about creating a space where we can connect with our inner selves, understand our thoughts and feelings, and gain a deeper understanding of who we truly are. In solitude, we find the freedom to explore our passions, our dreams, and our fears. It's a time to reflect on our experiences, learn from our mistakes, and plan for our future. In essence, solitude is a state of being that allows us to engage in a deep, meaningful conversation with ourselves. It's a state of fullness, not emptiness, where we can truly appreciate our own company. In the words of philosopher Paul Tillich, language has created the word loneliness to express the pain of being alone. And it has created the word solitude to express the glory of being alone. So, let's embrace the glory of solitude and explore its many facets in our journey today. The negative perception of loneliness. Now, let's shift our focus to a term that's often used interchangeably with solitude, but is fundamentally different: loneliness. Loneliness is often viewed negatively in our society. It's seen as a signal of social rejection, a sign that we're not fitting in or connecting with those around us. Unlike solitude, which is a state of being alone by choice and finding peace in it, loneliness is a state of feeling alone even when surrounded by others. It's a sense of isolation, a longing for connection that seems unfulfilled. In our hyperconnected world, where we're constantly bombarded with images of people seemingly having the time of their lives, feelings of loneliness can be amplified. It can make us feel as though we're the only ones feeling isolated, even when that's far from the truth. But it's important to remember that loneliness is a universal human experience. It's not a sign of weakness or a character flaw. It's simply a signal that we're in need of social connection. And while it's a painful state to be in, it's also a call to action, a prompt to reach out, connect, and seek companionship. So, while loneliness is often viewed negatively, it's also a part of our human experience, a signal that we need to connect with others. But remember, it's distinct from solitude, which is a state of being alone and finding fulfillment in it. Monophobia, the fear of being alone. As we delve deeper into our exploration of solitude and loneliness, it's important to address a fear that many of us may experience, yet seldom talk about: monophobia, the fear of being alone. Monophobia, or the fear of being alone, is more common than we might think. It's not just about being physically alone, but also about the fear of feeling emotionally isolated, of being left alone with our thoughts and feelings. This fear can be quite debilitating, causing significant distress and anxiety. It can make us avoid being alone at all costs, even when solitude might be what we need. In our society, where being constantly connected is the norm, the fear of being alone can be amplified. We're often made to feel that being alone is unnatural, something to be avoided. But it's important to remember that it's okay to be alone. It's okay to spend time with ourselves, to enjoy our own company. In fact, it's necessary for our personal growth and self-understanding. Overcoming monophobia isn't about never feeling afraid of being alone. It's about learning to sit with that fear, to understand it, and to find peace in our own company. As we continue our journey, we'll explore how solitude, far from being something to fear, can be a source of strength, personal growth, and creativity. The power of solitude. Having explored the fear of being alone, let's now turn our attention to the power and potential that solitude holds. Solitude, when embraced, can be a source of strength. It's a time when we can reflect on our lives, our choices, and our experiences. It's a time for introspection, for self-discovery. In the quiet moments of solitude, we can hear our own thoughts, understand our feelings, and gain insights into our desires and dreams. It's a time when we can truly be ourselves, without the fear of judgment or the pressure to conform. Solitude can also be a source of creativity. Many great artists, writers, and thinkers have credited their solitary moments as the birthplace of their most profound ideas and creations. And most importantly, solitude allows for personal growth. It's in the quiet moments of being alone that we can confront our fears, challenge our beliefs, and step out of our comfort zones. In solitude, we can find the strength to face our challenges, to overcome our obstacles, and to grow as individuals. So, let's not fear solitude, but embrace it. For in solitude, we can find our strength, our creativity, and our path to personal growth. Insights from great thinkers on solitude. Throughout history, many great thinkers have explored the concept of solitude and its impact on the human condition. Let's delve into some of their insights. Friedrich Nietzsche, a renowned philosopher, believed that solitude was essential for personal transformation and self-overcoming. He saw solitude as a state where one could confront the profound questions of existence. Nietzsche once said, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself." Henry David Thoreau, another great thinker, also celebrated solitude. He believed that in solitude, one could truly understand oneself and nature. Thoreau wrote in his famous work, Walden, "I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude." He saw solitude not as a state of loneliness, but as a companion, a state of being that allowed for self-discovery and understanding. Many other philosophers and psychologists, from Soren Kierkegaard to Carl Jung to Jordan Peterson, have also explored the concept of solitude, seeing it as a source of creativity, self-reflection, and introspection. These insights from great thinkers remind us of the power and potential of solitude. They invite us to embrace solitude, to see it not as a state of loneliness, but as a path to self-understanding, personal growth, and even greatness. Solitude versus loneliness. As we've explored the concepts of solitude and loneliness, it's important to distinguish between the two. While they may seem similar, they represent fundamentally different states of being. Loneliness is a state of lack, a feeling of being alone and longing for connection. It's often accompanied by feelings of sadness, isolation, and a sense of not belonging. On the other hand, solitude is a state of fullness. It's about being alone and finding peace, fulfillment, and self-understanding in that aloneness. In solitude, we're not alone because we're lacking connection, but because we choose to be. It's a time for self-reflection, introspection, and personal growth. So, while loneliness is a state of longing for others, solitude is a state of being with oneself. It's about finding contentment and fulfillment in our own company. In the words of philosopher Blaise Pascal, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Embracing solitude, then, is about learning to sit quietly with ourselves, to find peace and fulfillment in our own company. As we continue our journey, let's remember this distinction between solitude and loneliness, and explore how embracing solitude can lead us on the path to greatness and self-ownership. Embracing solitude. As we near the end of our journey, let's explore how embracing solitude can lead us on the path to greatness and self-ownership. Embracing solitude is about learning to enjoy our own company, to find peace and fulfillment in being alone. It's about using the quiet moments of solitude for self-reflection, introspection, and personal growth. When we embrace solitude, we give ourselves the space to confront our fears, to challenge our beliefs, and to explore our dreams and desires. We give ourselves the opportunity to grow, to transform, and to truly understand ourselves. In solitude, we can find the strength to overcome our challenges, to push our boundaries, and to achieve our goals. It's in solitude that we can find our path to greatness. And most importantly, embracing solitude is about self-ownership. It's about owning our thoughts, our feelings, our choices, and our lives. It's about being comfortable in our own skin, being our own best friend, and being our own source of strength and inspiration. So, let's not fear solitude, but embrace it. For in solitude, we can find our strength, our creativity, and our path to personal growth and self-ownership. As we conclude our journey, I invite you to explore solitude in your own life. Find your sanctuary, your space for self-reflection and introspection. Embrace the power of solitude, and embark on your own path to greatness and self-ownership. Conclusion. As we come to the end of our journey, we've explored the depths of solitude, its power, and its potential. We've distinguished it from loneliness, confronted the fear of being alone, and delved into the insights of great thinkers. We've seen how solitude is more than just being alone, it's a state of being, a sanctuary for self-reflection and introspection. We've learned that solitude can be a source of strength, personal growth, and creativity. We've also understood that embracing solitude can lead us on the path to greatness and self-ownership. It's about learning to enjoy our own company, to find peace and fulfillment in being alone. So, as we conclude, I invite you to embrace solitude in your own life. Find your sanctuary, your space for self-reflection and introspection. Use it as a tool for personal growth, creativity, and self-understanding. Remember, solitude is not a state to be feared, but a path to be embraced. It's a journey within, a journey to self-discovery, self-ownership, and perhaps, to greatness. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, embrace the power of solitude, and embark on your own journey within.